Alright, so this next video, we're going to do something called constraints. And what constraints are, I'm using off of my previous setup, is where okay, so and these are your constraints. These guys, they make it so that your controllers, right? That your controllers, animation controllers, are linked to the joints, the ball joints, where they pivot. So constraints allow for that connection, so that now that they move together, right? So that's what constraints are, and that's what we're gonna do. So in here, right, everything's set up. Make sure everything is clean, right? Everything is clean. And then also make sure from, let's say, if you did it right, your joint should be dead center. It should not be wobbling around. If it's off-centered, off-kilter from the top view, something went wrong. It should be straight, straight. Top view, side view, straight. Right. Anyway, from here, first thing I want to do is let's constrain the center of gravity, COG, to the root joint. Okay. So what we do is there's a selection process. This part is really important. You grab your controller, this one. You can just even hold shift and click to expand all. Grab that, my center of gravity. Then I can press Q to hide the handle. I want to grab my root joint. Hold shift and select your root joint. My root joint. Then I'm going to go to make sure you're under rigging, constraint, parent constraint, option box. Make sure everything's reset. Just hit apply and you'll notice something happen. Root joint, parent constraint. This is why the naming is important. That way you can kind of confirm things. So again, you grab the controller, you grab your specific joint, and then you do a parent constraint. Like your controller should have no colorization. Your controller, no colorization. Whereas if I grab the root joint, see the blue color joint? This blue color means that it's being constrained to something else, meaning it's being constrained to my controller. That's how you can tell it's working properly. Only your joints should have color. If you have your controllers have color, you did it the wrong way. So that's how we do that. Now, so that's just for the root joint. The sibling controllers, the child controllers, are different constraints. For example, I'm going to grab this double-sided controller, right? Press Q to hide it, the handle, and I'm going to shift select this joint, right? Then I'm going to go to constraint, orient constraint, option box, reset. Again, orient constraint. You grab the controller, shift select the actual joint, hit apply. So orient constraint will only constrain the rotations only. So we won't be moving the joints like up and down, left and right. We will be rotating the joints. The only thing that you'll be rotating and moving at the same time is your COG. Okay. So now See? Again, I grab the controller. I'm grabbing the controller. Never move the controller up and down. Even right now, I'm not doing it. Alright, so that's how we set that up. Next, I want this controller right here, controller 1. See? Press Q to hide it. And I'm gonna select this. I'm gonna go to constraint, Orient constraint, make sure everything's reset, hit apply. Left joint, blue, rotation. Then I'm gonna grab this, shift select that. I'm gonna press G as in George because it repeats the last command. It did that. Now when I test it, okay, next grab him, shift select the joint, press G, test it, test the previous, test the previous. Grab this, it's not ready yet. Grab the joint, press G. See how everything's lining up. Now if I test it, test this one, not yet. Grab the controller, press Q, hold shift, select the joint, press G. Now you notice this joint is colorized. Never rotate in here, never, never, never. Good. Grab this, hold shift, select the joint, press G. Controller. Grab this, the controller, grab the joint, press G. Test it out. Test it out. Grab this, grab the controller, press G. Test it out. Grab this, grab the controller, grab here. You could grab the ball, or you could grab here and grab here. Press G. Grab this, press G. Grab this, press G. Okay, good. Now if you test it, alright. Okay, so was this constrained? Did I constrain? Not yet. So that's how I can test it out. Not test it out, but double check. See the joint? No color. That means there's no constraints yet. So I want this controller, hold shift select this, press G. Grab this controller, press this, press G. Grab this controller, grab this, press G. Test it out. Grab this. Good. Grab this. Good. Okay. I'm gonna pause the video for a bit. So, for the bottom one, the bottom nub, we're gonna do something slightly different. I'm gonna grab the controller, grab the little nub end joint, constraint, under parent, option box, just double sure, make sure everything's okay. And what we're gonna do is apply parent, so that now it's gonna influence the controller, is gonna influence not just the rotation but also the pull. And that's only for this little, where any nub or end joint that touches the floor, right? We're gonna give it a little bit. Ooh, gotta leave that alone. Right? Will be the one that has a parent constraint. Along with your root joint. Remember, the root joint has a parent constraint. So these on the floor, you'll be able to move and rotate. And that's it. This one, yeah, it's not parented yet. I mean, it's not constrained yet. This one, it is constrained. So I'm gonna grab this controller, grab the joint, constraint, Orient constraint, not parent constraint. Grab this controller, grab this joint, hold shift, select, press G. Alright, that. Then I'm gonna grab this, grab shift select that, press G. Finally, for the end nub end joint, hold grab the controller, grab the end constraint, parent. So you have constraint to the up and down, left and right, and the rotation. And it's only for that, and I'll explain why. Okay, good. So as you can see, everything's all set up. So I think that's it for this. And then I can test it out. Grab this, 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 and this maybe right before it touches here. Maybe I'll grab that too. No, I won't. Because yeah, that way I can do this to test it out. If I also hold shift select that, see. But if I go here, 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 right, just before it touches the pivot point, see, it does that. I grab here, 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 and here. See, wherever you last select, it's gonna pivot off of that. Arf, arf, arf. And these nubs are the only ones that can pull. All the other guys can only, if I try to pull, see, and COG is the only one that can pull and rotate, no scaling. So that's the end of that tutorial. Okay, bye.